vacation is almost here. If you want to capture photos like a pro, we have help today. Photographer Cherise Kill is here and she has more. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
We've been admiring all these beautiful photos. And if we're going on summer vacation, you say there's a few key things that you need to keep in mind, right?
Yes.
Okay, first up, lighting. Why do we have to keep in mind lighting?
Lighting is a little more difficult just because you're on summer vacation. So a lot of times you're going to be out during the day and you're going to be at amusement parks. So your lighting is going to be a little harder to control.
Okay, so tell me what we're seeing here and what makes it a good photo.
This was shot in the middle of the afternoon on my patio. These are my two kids. And we are done. It's bright day, so you don't want to go out into the yard because you're going to have harsh shadows and not such good lighting. So we brought them in underneath the patio and had them just coloring with chalk on the sidewalk, putting together a puzzle, and that's going to give you nice softer shadows and give you really nice light.
And if you're looking, if you know, well, okay, I could go out a little bit later, like this photo here of this beautiful baby, this is in the evening, and you say the evening's a great time.
Evening is one of the best times to photograph. Usually an hour to an hour and a half before sunset. It's going to give you nice, soft, pretty light, beautiful shadows, that warm glow that you kind of want in your photos.
Okay, great. What about for the kids not giving a cheesy smile?
My kids do that to me all the time. And I think the one key thing is to get rid of that word cheese. When you tell your kids to say cheese, they're going to give you that super cheesy smile.
This one's cute. This is natural.
This is my daughter. We were in California, gave her something to do so she was a little preoccupied instead of focusing on the camera. But I also talk about with kids this age is to tell them not to do something, and they'll usually give you a real smile. You can also talk about inappropriate words like say butt and fart and, you know, boogers.
And that'll make them laugh.
Absolutely. Makes them laugh, gives you the real smiles.
Oh, I love
you
it.
get that genuine look from your kids.
If I say butt, my boy will laugh every time.
Absolutely.
Now, how do you capture, though, those moments that you're like, oh, I wish I would have got that? How do you capture that?
Well, first, I always have my camera kind of out and ready at home. I have a card ready, batteries are charged, everything's ready to go. So when they do something cute, I don't have to tell them to stop and hold that and
like
take the picture.
This photo here, I love it.
These are my kids just in my hallway. It was late at night. We had the hallway light on, and they were reading each other a story. They're not always cute like this together, but when they are, you want to make sure you capture that.
So you're walking around with your camera.
It was on the table, and I snuck around the corner. They didn't even know I was there. Snuck around the corner and snapped the shot real quick before they even knew I was there.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. And then just like this, you went up close.
The details you want to get. My daughter has amazing freckles, long lashes. You want to make sure you capture those little details because in 5 years, she's not going to look the same. She's not going to have that toothless smile that she has there right now.
Got to capture
and
those.
she's going to look 10 years older. So
okay, now I know your kids, I'm sure any kid, they're all like bouncing all over the place. So I'm always like, stop, you know, it's blurry. So how do you get them to stay still?
Give them something to do. Give them something to color. Give them a puzzle put together. Give them something to cook, or just keep them occupied to keep them in one spot. At least you can get off 4 or 5 shots before they decide to move on to something else. If they're young enough, you can also put them on a chair with a spotter, someone nearby, just in case you want a safety first. But you can also, it'll take them a minute to figure out how to get down or how to get out of something.
Yeah,
so they'll kind of keep them occupied.
And this one just has a plane, and it's so great. What about
I just had them run towards me.
Yeah, you're like, here, run, woo. All right, what about the best angles? Like, how do you figure out the best angles to use?
I always say you want to get down on the level of your kids, and that way you kind of see the world from a whole new perspective, from their perspective, which is what you kind of want to capture.
Okay.
You can also eliminate a lot of distracting. Like in this picture, I got down on the ground, so I have the tall grass in the photo. This shot, I also got down on the ground. I was laying on my stomach to get the beautiful sunset. Put her on a swing, and she was having a blast. And you capture that without the distracting background of the mountains that were behind her.
All right, I love all the tips, but you're also known for your photographs of babies.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. How do you capture these sweet moments?
I think timing is really key. Newborns are best photographed between 5 and 10 days old, when they're still really curly, they're still super sleepy, and once they're asleep, they'll let you do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, and you say safety first. You always have like a...
Absolutely. Any of the poses that I do that look a little more unnatural, like where they're balanced up on their hands, those are always done with the parents holding on to the babies, and then photoshopped the hands out later. So safety is always a huge key.
All right, really quick before we go, any specials that you want to tell anyone about?
Yes, anybody who books a session with me by the end of the month, you don't have to use it, you have to book it. We'll get a $50 print credit in addition to what they already get with the package.
All right, terrific. Well, thanks for coming on. For more information, you can go online, ckillphotography.com. You see it right there, or just go to her Facebook page, and you can see more pictures there, too.